know if I'm gonna open it right now because it might still be too warm, but it's like -9. I don't know how cold it would be in the garage, but outside the garage it's -9 and the garage isn't heated, so I'm hoping right now I can open it nice and early because it's so cold. Let's see. What do we have to expect today? Just a few last pieces for a small market I'm doing today. And I have a brand new glaze that I've never tried before. It's called Ancient Copper. It can be a little temperamental to figure out. So some people get like just a kind of like a coppery color. Some people get big copper crystals. So I'm not sure what my kiln will do. And apparently like space, it likes air. So this was just a first test. Probably not the best time to do it right before a show, but it arrived in the mail, so I had to use it. So we'll see. But first, let's see what the temperature is in there. And by temperature, I mean, you know, my hand feels it. So I think it's a little warm still. I'm gonna wait. Okay, I feel like it's now or never. Not as hot, so here we go. Some more watermelon bowls, everyone's favorite. Some more matchstick holders or whatever you want. Things are still warm. And a lot of angels because those did really well. Got 9 more angels. Okay, so this was a little experiment. Not much of a difference, but I was just trying the two different glazes in just the opposite order. So this one had a green speckled toad underneath with birch on top. So it's a little lighter, little bluer. And this is birch underneath with a speckled toad on top. And it's a little greener. So both look really nice. And yeah, and I can just make my decision from there which one I prefer. Okay, new glaze time. New glaze. I got mostly browns with just a touch of copper shimmer. It looks really pretty with the pinks. And I will just have to, I mean, it's nice. It's really nice. It's just not like some people get it where it's just like, this would just look like a penny. The whole thing would just be copper, penny, and shiny. So it's nice though. Cool. Ooh, here's something interesting. So this bowl, oh, I got a lot more copper on these. This bowl did some like off-gassing as it was firing. So you see the circle there? And the glaze was just shooting off some gases, so it left a ring. A lot more copper on these, really nice. I'll try and take some good pictures later, but great. So I think it's copper in the grooves, and it's always thicker in the grooves. So perhaps the first time around I didn't put enough on. These are like my matchstick holders, but they're tumblers, so they're just for juice, water. You could drink out of them. They'd probably make good toothbrush holders as well. my kiln sitter hadn't dropped, but it looks really bent. I ended up turning it off because it hadn't dropped, so we were close. Okay, let's start with new glaze. No, that's not new glaze. I made more of these mugs because they look so nice last time. I'm thinking my kiln got quite hot because my pink almost disappeared. Let's see. The usual, good 6.5. That 7 was starting to go, so still looks nice. I really like the white peeking through the pink. It's a nice watercolor effect. Let's see, this is the new glaze. So again, I did the pink with the copper and with the thick copper in the grooves. That was really successful. Inside here, I've got some really nice copper. Looks just like a penny. So I think me and this copper glaze are gonna get along. It's really pretty. 2 more of this favorite glaze combo. I made these exact ones at the last show and they sold really quick, so nice to have more. And one last little guy with the new glaze. And again, in the grooves, really copper and shiny, so looks great. And I did a little experiment. I only put 1 layer on the very bottom, and that's just brown. So definitely the key to this glaze is getting enough on to make that copper color. So it's great. Oh, these ones look really nice on the inside. The rose quartz did some really pretty things. Okay, so a lot of gorgeous pieces out of this one. Really feel like I'm coming into my own and I know what I'm doing. All right, that's it. Okay, we have some bad news about the new glaze. It's pinging. Every now and then you can hear it's like a little, someone taps a little wine glass. Ping, ting, ting. Which means that the clay I've used and this new glaze have different thermal expansions. So what's the result will be in time will be like my favorite mug here. If you see inside, you see all the little hairline cracks. That is, you can see some of them there. Oh, there we go. That is the glaze is contracting. Oh, that was a loud one. More than the clay. So I'm going to keep one of these mugs for me. I'm going to keep home all the ones that have the new glaze on them. And yeah, I'll just have to see what I'm going to do about that. It's a matter of, if you're particular, those glaze cracks inside, you can see how they're dark. You know, they've collected, the tea has soaked in or whatever. Doesn't bother me. I still use my favorite glass, my favorite mug. And I'm not concerned about that, but everyone's a little different. So I'm not going to rightly sell it right now while it's still pinging. So I'm going to keep it. I'm going to use it. And I'm going to see over time what happens. So learning. It's unfortunate because it's really, really, really beautiful. So we'll see where we go from here.